Hello. Well, today is Monday, 19th of November, 9 o'clock of the year 2022 in Cricklewood, London, United Kingdom. So this is Patricia Placencia. Who won the World Cup? It's funny because I went out and this was the last paper already, like at 7:30 in the morning. They were all sold out. Um, it is funny because I mean my mother's from Argentina, and I always go for Argentina. In a personal level, it is not the same as when you are with your family and the friends of your mother that are from Argentina, Jewish. I think they're all Jewish and Argentinian. My mother was a businesswoman, and she's now in Germany with my sister. Um, I had to be alone to celebrate this match, even though I couldn't see the games. In Argentina, it's summer, and of course, the Argentinians are not going to be on Twitter. They're going to be shouting, celebrating, putting all their energy in the match and not miss any second. It was good to be on Twitter for me because I could feel the report instantaneously from the pictures and what was happening on in internet, some faces. So far, the best game. The last game, I was not with the energetical environment to celebrate. The one they play with Germany. I was in Canada, and I had so much bad energy, like Canadians saying things that are like that is for undeveloped countries football. Like they don't know even what football is in Europe. They don't have a football team, so it's kind of like also the lack of in the United States as well. In New York City, the people watch rugby in the bars and other sports, baseball, what they call football there. So I was in a game where they won, but I was in the bar and they were Arab and they were going for Holland because they have Arabic football players in the team of Holland who were born there. So I just left to watch the penalties in my home because, of course, you're just happy alone when they have a goal, and even the boss of the shisha cafe, he invites me for cappuccino, whatever I want. He invites me for food. He's like a king, and he was happy for me, but his son is going for Holland. So I thought, well, it's a little impolite to be here. I don't want to put you between your son, so you can enjoy your energy fully with the game, and you don't have to feel divided or compromise because it's your son. So giving the hierarchy to where it belongs is very important to understand that these are just games, sports. Until today, we only have games where there is only winners and losers. In the future, we will see other games where we achieve powers and the game never ends. So you transform and you shift it and you move through realms. You see how some players cannot cross over, and they might never, because there are mysteries to be found, and and one has to be part of the search in this game. It's not part to be. This game is not in virtual reality. Is not to be found in a book or in the internet, but is part of the mystery of life. This is what God wishes, to trust in Him, to respect the mystery of life. So I was listening to the Secretary of United Nations, and I would like to write what he said 3 days ago in his oratory and his agenda for 2023 for peace. Um, I'm not really happy. I feel like a loser. I'm sad. Um, I am not confused. I am blessed in a way, and at the same time, there is a mix of happenings with the royal family, Meghan and Harry in the news, getting to study the situation. What is to embrace the black people, and at the same time be strong enough as a member, part of the kingdom, which is supposedly to be a heaven on earth, supposedly. That's within oneself. It's a state of mind, and it's a state in land and in all its realms. Friends, Alice. So it's part of conquering through storytelling. There was a smart journalist, black, I think he's from, I'm not going to tag people or names or the news. What are the news going for? ABC is more in the middle. The Fox is more against Meghan and Harry. Meghan seemed to go for Democratic, so the news in America that's supposed to be Democratic mm, share the narrative. I don't understand why there should be support about black people and talk about black people also in Fox News. It should never be personal. I mean, one thing is that you grow up with Argentina and you can't help it. You just go for Argentina. You had your mother shouting when you were just, toddler and a child, and they won 2 World Cups. So when you don't even know what is this, people. So they're watching all these people. You don't understand what's going on. They're happy, and you're just happy you get that. So rooted. You don't even know why. It's just you kind of try to find a way where to watch the football game and have your victory. So this should be a victory for everyone, a victorious victory for everyone as we close the year of 2022, knowing our agenda in common. Of course, in my dreams with Meghan, where there's a lot of love, and I see her as a source of grace, actually, but she's always walking away. She's always walking away. There is no togetherness with Meghan Markle. It's about her. It's not. Um, these are constant energies that go throughout history as well, and I feel for the Black people to not feel identified with narcissism, um, to reach out a level of being the best out of themselves and regain their kingdoms as well. So not because of Meghan Markle, but because they have their kingship, they have their own love affair towards their people and their culture. They can honor another king as they honor their inner kingdom. Um, they can see the resentment in Harry because he wants to be first. So there is a dual connotation that is sharing an affinity that is not first. Harry is not the first. He's not going to be king. I mean, William is perfect. So there is whatever he says, he's artistically talented and very sharp. He's maybe learning to see what is he going to do as a composer of his own kingdom and the role that he represents. Even though he's having a lot of fun in the book with all this, I presume, because I mean, seeing yourself in the press every day and the characters that represent the royalty or not. And there it goes. I only wish for King Charles and William to focus with their agenda, trying to make a peace deal with Russia. This is all I really wish. So, and William can start showing his true colors. What it is a dishonor to do it because it's not like being noble, showing off what you really do to make world peace, to try to mediate, because it's still not a deal of peace, and even if it is, it wouldn't show it off. That's the pleasure of the mysteries that is reserved. How Putin would feel that there is a peace, and how many years it's going to take, so they mediate, and maybe these lands belong to Russia and Europe. Putin is not going to walk back from these lands, and NATO is going to support to take over these lands that were taken over. So there is a crisis and a war, and they are not very aware. They only care about selling arms, making more money with destruction. And I wanted to remember the War of Troy, which is considered the mother of wars. That which is for Europe and the Western world, if to say, I wanted to remember that we do not know the stories from China or Asia or who knows, in Russia, I don't know of the stories of Africa, but in our Western world. And this has separated the Eastern world for 2 centuries apart from Europe. So what the Secretary of United Nations is saying is totally correct. We need to stop these divisions. I feel it's a form of prayer. I am not going to be joking anymore or making anyone laugh in my agenda for 2023. Maybe I go to Facebook and just go act a little crazy there. I just don't feel like doing that anymore because it was time to develop a breaking through to achieve from unknown. Because where can you go? Anything that is unknown and you're trying to compose something that you have never reached before is totally crazy unknown, and nobody has done this. So I have to um it's fun to have some humor in life and celebrate, of course. I am seeing as if I'm in another universe far away, and Argentina won the World Cup. I don't have my family, and I don't have my teenagers. I haven't achieved anything in 2022 that is pragmatic, that is from a deal that I've been trying to do a deal. Um, there is no order of priority. So it is okay to create this impact to be known more for other people. And you have put your energy to defend what is royalty. And you've been prepared for this as well because you know the position for people to appreciate the beauty of hierarchy, that which can be celebrated within our self and our land as part of a kingdom that is a dream of heaven on earth. There's a fantasy, a reality, a dysfunction, and it makes us think individually as well. So it is not a soap opera if you are a member of the royal family, of course. It is clear. As a storyteller, I might say that for a king or queen, it takes a lot of perspective. Um, I would say that in the past, they have shared a lot of sorrow and sacrifice for their people just to satisfy them. At the same time, as a form of not being killed by them, to keep everything perfect and as far as possible. So it is a form of ruling that is for the sovereign to maintain the distance and at the same time mystery, because there will be so many people around trying to manipulate and control, even within the family especially. So there is a relation that is being created, and at the same time there is selflessness, because they don't know who they are anymore. It's all for the kingdom. um, where they get to enjoy is for the kingdom as well. So well, it was nice to see a lady that had this shiny thing in her sweater in the morning, all Christmas like. She was getting from the supermarket to the car, a black lady, I guess the mother. And I said, "Nice sweater." And she was open the door and says something back. And the old lady getting in her house, maybe she was Irish, say, "Have a good day." And she smiled and said, "Have a good day." Uh, After she said that, I wish it was my mother, just to have my family with me. The neighborhood helps me to have this also when I am working among humans as a human. It makes me remember that sense of cheering. So it's the week of cover. Mm, the third week of the month, talking about that which cover and the construct, decoration. One, the process of art of decorating something. The lavish decoration of cloth with quilts, interior decoration, ornamentation. Inside there was little decoration, chiefly Brit paint on or wallpaper applied when decorating a room. Count on a thing that serves as an ornament. 2. A medal or award conferred as an honor. From the Latin decorare, in Spanish is decorar, the decor, I guess. Oh yeah, decor. Decor. Oh, decor. The decoration and scenery. But there is the one with the accent as well. There's an accent. Decor. It's the same. The furnishing and decoration of room. So what is it the word where doesn't have any decor? I guess that meaning is just for what people might think of you, for what you represent, your social status, your decor. I mean, yeah. It's part of the characters also, creating this character, creating this quality, creating this value around yourself. I guess I've been too poor lately to think about it, invest in it. I mean, when you have everything stolen from you, well, I can ways to have my Macintosh with my programs and my two headphones. So while one is charging and is in a Lambrick, so I am constantly with that sound without song or words that I have researched for 7 hours, and then I can tune with that. There are specific tones and rhythms that I'm looking for the story, and there are many arts within a story. I am inspired by the news in this war against oil and greed, which abundance exists. It's like asking lovers to disappear so they can go into another dimension. But the lovers are fighting who is going to have more power. They are just having this conversation through the body of how much they like each other, or how much they need each other, how much they like each other, and at the same time pushing each other away. Seeing how far they can go with them. So there is always the self obstructing. The other one wants to eat the other, and the other one wants to eat the other. And sometimes the soul has different views where the other one can't go that far because he's still stuck on character, or is afraid to man especially is afraid to be possessed by the woman, but it's not the woman. They are generating all this energy to break through, to surrender into an unknown, to see the unknown, yeah, to the divine, the God, the bridge towards that which can never be told because there are no words there. There are no words. There is no theory. There is nothing but the ultimate truth. And in the ultimate truth, there is, in Christianity, is called peacefulness. In India, they would call it moksha, ultimate freedom. Moksha. They are more. They are more. I don't know how a priest would say that it. Buddhists would say enlightenment, but still there is more. But it's not conform with words, or to know the truth, to control the truth, to know what to do. It's not a judgmental state. Just was so beautiful to watch players playing sports, no matter how much they have, no matter how much they have trained. Qué bonito. There is a magic from all its people. I wanted to share that from all its people. So I am from Venezuela. We don't have a soccer team there, but they have started a few decades to invest on it, and they celebrate all the teams every time a team goes and wins. They celebrate every team more than any other country with the flags in the cars. They go out, wee, wee, wee. And not just the final. Every I don't know how it was this year because many people left from my country in Venezuela. And Argentina, I know that is national in Venezuela is Miss Universe, what they celebrate. Throughout the year, they celebrate on every state, all the ladies, and they have an event in that state. And they have a concert with musicians and the actors, and it's a huge event. So they're picking up the most beautiful girl of that town, that state. Miss Venezuela is like watching the World Cup. Then they watch Miss Universe, which is always in the finalist, or it wins for Miss Universe, for all the energy of the people, not just that person that is playing there. Every little part of that story, the grandmother of Messi saying, no, let him go and play against the mother's will. Because the mother says, he's too little. He was maybe 4, I don't know, things like that. 5. I'm not. My mother must be so happy right now. Messi is like, I have won so many times that this is just unbelievable because never have I have won the World Cup. Well, this brings a good self-esteem for Argentinians, of course. Thing is that these black people are born in France, but they're not truly French. They still have issues, like Meghan Markle. She's an American, but she still has issues as an American. She has issues with all the people she met. So, as much grace there can be there in love and wanting to belong, I guess everybody wants to win. And these are games that are made in this way. Oh, well. Just to know all these people in Ukraine that are without electricity, and Putin doesn't have any help. Wow, this is incredible. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful picture. I mean, I don't like to have things around my wall, but I am a player. Thank you, United Kingdom and journalists, to put miraculous, magical, messy. Because even if we had a war, we can also share Las Malvinas, what they call the Falkore Islands. I thought that would be nice to show that there can be a form of sharing a land, and that could lead to a faster unity in the world as Europe and Russia get to make a formal peace through these next years, decades, to be able to reconstruct what has been destroyed if Russia invests in everything that has destroyed in Ukraine. Accepts the lands that has taken as part of both Ukraine and Russia. And the people that live there are going to have to eventually who knows, open up with Russia one day. The European community can become Russian. But for that, Russia has to achieve a level of consolidation, and all the negative talks from the destructions in the past must achieve the resentments from so much death if to come to a constructive victory where there is only promotion for life. And to be honored because it has stopped, come to this deal. So the Russians have to learn how to talk directly with this negotiation for peace, and they have to ask who is going to mediate this, because Russia is going to give the power to the person that is going to mediate with him. Putin knows very well that everyone wants to be the oh, thanks to me, I have, So he's still on his war, and he doesn't want to give power to anyone. And he's trying to get powers from around the world. Venezuela, what is Venezuela going to say? Yeah, I am with you, but listen, I am selling petrol and I don't want problems. I don't want problems for me, my people. I had enough. I had enough problems already. So the news are starting to become in China a little more three-dimensional and talking the reporting the news from here and there as it is, being more realistic and bold with the volume of all this. One has to be brave to speak the truth from the other side as well. CNN has been the first Spanish news from Spain have been, but Spanish have always been realistic and intellectually drafted. No, we're not illusionists as the Nordics of Europe that are stuck in pretense, and then they need to get drunk because they're too stiff or do things in their own. Because the cold, the weather, they have to keep up with the cold weather. It's not. Wow, so much joy in Argentina. It's incredible. So, well, the next week is going to be about gratefulness, and of course, that is celebrating. So, getting to see all that has happened in 2022 is already to remember as part of a decoration in one's life, because we have lived through the death of the Queen. Charles has become a queen finally. This war, the lockdown ended, but and still we are putting our defenses to learn more about these viruses. How countries that are working together with synergy have less coronavirus. So it has to do a lot with the defense system, how we relate with our system. So the people of China as well need more synergy. I wish for the to become an emperor and 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 create more synergy. He can be a leader until he dies and pass that honor as he wishes with his family or somebody he considers. Create he could learn from the he can learn, but I think China is a little stuck in character and they have so much power that might be difficult for them to understand that it is difficult. It is very difficult, but William could teach him. William could teach him. Um, I personally don't like Kate. I think she's too fake. Um, the first lady of China, she looks, they're very modest. So they don't go with the superior, like, you can see it in all their acts, and they have certain dignity, of course, but there are different characteristic. The Kate needs to do that because she always feels under threat that she is going to lose her position. So she's always convincing herself that she's the best, that she's going to be queen. She's always promoting herself and she's always mentalizing herself and doing the self hypnosis to make believe, to live, because she believes in making realities with projecting that. So it sucks a lot of energy where so much need to do in the world, and people can see that fakery, that it's not about her. So it's a problem. There is a problem there. Girls that like Barbies, this kind of of girls, women that don't know. They cannot see the construct. They can be driven by a construct, but doesn't mean is it is good as things to be. Yet she's part of the kingdom. Um, it would be nice for her to step back and let Charles and William to do the fathering, father and son, father and son, Jesus and God, and a relation of we need that the relation to learn from hierarchy in all our constitutions and all that composes us in all our constructs. I have a little sister who has been all her life jealous because I've been the first, to a point where my mother forgot that I'm a daughter also, because I became like the partner of my mother psychologically and work wise, her consort and all this. So um, I lost my title as a daughter. So my sister became the only daughter. But she was always jealous because I was the first. But it's not the years of difference, but my sister is very poor intellectually, um, spiritually as well. That's things that, and I guess that is the resentment of the little one, the doesn't respect hierarchy. So it's complex. Every family is different and very complex. I grew up in Spain. My Argentinian family was in Argentina. We didn't have all the support, family support, which is like a political support, and you can. We had a lot of friends and around our house and people that were very interesting. But I felt kind of defenseless, not like those friends who had their families that I had to support my mother. Um, my father was in Venezuela and then together. So these things are part of life. Bye bye. Prepare these holidays as possible. I think to for my agenda to never click on Meghan Harry, and if I have to disconnect with the royalty news as well, because it's linked, they feel sorry, like they're supporting black people because they support this person, so this person can do all this drama. Is not me. This is not my energy. It's not me. Out of my agenda. Just to enjoy the coronation. At the same time, is an addiction. So I will be rigorous about sending my love to this kingdom. They have their own intelligence to do the British Parliament. What is the law? Because the law has to project. There's still a lot of work to prove what, and it's still going to move on. Amber Heard is not enough. That which is dishonor, your private life. You cannot be on the internet talking bad about people because it's freedom. This is not where we should put our minds. There is no jail for that. But there has to be a formal law, and that is international as well, where fake news is not fake news, wanting to destroy, using black people. So you are emotionally. Black people are glad they had a drop of blackness in the royal family. Just you know, if the royal family can honor anyone black and make them a Windsor, if that is the point, if the if it is to honor, if it is to honor, there's a lot of work to do if it's to honor. But people need food, people need values, people need work, people need synchronicity and a simultaneous achievement. And all these are abstractions. Abstractions. Charles has so much prepared what it is of him. He has to cut with Lady D and all this drama and be in rule. Bring his speech, which that's the most awaited. I mean, hopefully he can reign and create a majestic piece of art for this Christmas. So it's a true word. Bye. Bye bye.